Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. Hope you're doing let me restart. Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, the internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you are doing well. We're about to embark on a live Twitch interview of a brand new album. And my guest in this video as well is our resident TikTok whisperer and Zoomer, Miss Dev Lemons. We're going to be talking about the new record from one JPRO, Pressure Makes Diamonds, just dropped. I decided to review this album because on my TikTok page, I've been getting a flood of comments to talk about it. And frankly, my For You page, which maybe some people who aren't on TikTok here are not familiar with, but it's kind of the main page where they're kind of feeding you TikTok content on the app. My For You page has been kind of loaded with videos from this guy, like regardless of me interacting with his content. It's been coming up pretty regularly. I don't know if it has something to do with other people who I'm connected with or watching, like really loving his stuff and commenting and liking his content on the app. But he seems to have built a pretty strong and passionate following over there, and strong enough to kind of flood my content there and start suggesting his work. Dev, if you could give us like a little insight into who JPRO is, why he's seeing the success that he's seeing so far, and whatever else you kind of found out when you were looking into the guy.
Oh yes, it would be a pleasure. So, JPRO is an artist from Minneapolis.
Okay.
Recently found some traction on TikTok for his music.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the clips of him have been going viral of him just performing his stuff, and a lot of the initial reception was like, this dude's trash. But the more people listen to him, more people actually like, you know what, I fuck with JPRO. Like he's great. He's got good energy and stuff. Yeah, I mean, like I was honestly, I felt a little bad going into this. Like I didn't want to be too harsh on him until I watched an interview with him.
Okay.
And heard his take on rap.
Okay.
And now I don't care
Okay,
about his feelings.
Was this a horrible take? What was this take?
Oh my god. I jotted down some quotes.
Okay. He was just talking about rap music in general as an art form.
Yeah. One of the things he said is that he loves rap and he wants there to be an option in the marketplace that's positive.
Okay.
He thinks that a lot of rap is soul sucking instead of soul giving. And he thinks that he is the only artist in the game right now that offers that.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like the only one. Like he thinks he's the only one that doesn't curse.
He doesn't curse? Does he not know Kanye edited the swears out of Donda?
You know what's funny? The interview I watched, like 5 minutes later, the guy asked like, oh, what are you listening to lately? Like what albums? And he was like, yeah, I love Donda.
Okay.
I'm just like, did you listen? Are you sure?
So this is a pretty recent interview.
Oh yeah, like a couple of days ago it came out.
Okay.
It's by Nick Is Not Green. He's my friend actually.
Oh, okay.
He's cool.
Okay. No, cool. Thank you for lending that. How long is, from what you've been able to gather, how long has he been doing this? When I was looking on, streaming platforms, I saw he had like some singles going back to 2018. Has he been doing this longer than that?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually.
Okay.
What's funny? In high school, he used to make music too. And like, his thing now is like, he's really clean and stuff. But back in high school, he references this in his album too. He like made dirty music, and like one of his lines was like, I'm gonna fuck your mother. And he got
as you say, there are some lyrics on the album where he sort of seems to be alluding to almost like a dark past, but he doesn't go too deep into it. Like some of the stuff that he references when talking about is like, yeah, I used to be really into porn. I used to be like looking at porn all the time. And now he sort of, says like, I'm pretty much over that and through that now. Is there anything else from this time period that you gathered when looking into this?
Yeah. I mean, the main thing was like, he used to make like dirtier music and like, one of the lines was like, I got called to the guidance counselor and I called my dad crying. That's literally about the guidance counselor finding his more explicit music.
Okay.
back in high school. But yeah, he used to like sell weed in high school and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And like, you know, that's about the extent of his like bad boy past.
His older stuff, did it sound like this, or was it maybe more of like an edgy Eminem kind of thing going on?
I actually couldn't find it
Okay.
anywhere.
All right.
I tried.
You know, outside of like weed, does he have a sales background? Because there's a lot of bars on this record about sales and making good sales. And, you know, like it was to the point where it felt like he's not just talking about music. Like, is he doing door-to-door sales, online sales? Is he selling products on Amazon or something? Does he have some kind of business background?
Yeah, so actually he like used to have sort of like a entrepreneurial background.
Okay.
He like mentions like investing in things, and this guy like, you know, he got evicted from his San Francisco apartment.
Yeah.
And
I think that's Love Your Haters. Is that not Love Your Haters? Yeah, there's a whole
yeah.
song on this record where he talks about getting ripped off by this guy for like thousands of dollars. And there's another song on the record that I noted as well, where he says that he gave, THC, he gave somebody $20K illegally. He says he gave somebody $20,000 illegally, which like it didn't feel like a flex when he said it, but like for whatever reason, this guy seems to have some access to some real money, but he doesn't seem to know what to do with it. He's kind of throwing it down the drain.
Yeah, honestly, like, so he tried to make an app.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And I guess the app flopped. Like I couldn't really find what the app was, but he like tried to invest in it and it didn't really go anywhere. And he just like, you know, trusted the wrong people, I guess.
Right.
And then he just like, he would do that and always do music on the side. And now his music's like gaining traction. So he's from Minneapolis. He went to San Francisco to do like entrepreneurial stuff. So he talks about that a bit.
Yeah. Well, thank you for gathering that very thorough background on this guy. And I'm glad that a lot of what I kind of got out of the lyrics here, you confirmed with a lot of what you were finding. That's great. And that's fantastic. Look, you guys heard earlier, and if you are on YouTube, you can find a link down below to listen to some of JPRO'S music. We've heard the record. To start getting into the music itself, in your estimation personally, would you say JPRO is like a talented rapper? Does he sound nice on the mic? Does he bring something to the mic that impresses you, or you feel any kind of way about?
So okay, I for one am someone who really likes to enjoy things that are not good.
Okay, no,
like
that's fair.
like,
That's fair.
Like The Room,
right.
Like reality TV.
Something is so bad it's fun and great to watch or listen to or whatever.
Exactly, and I feel like that's sort of the enjoyment I got out of this project. I don't think it's like I think it's good because it brings me sorry, wait. The dog's playing with a squeak toy.
It's fine.
I'll start over so you have that. So this is something I don't really enjoy as like, oh yes, like this is a beautiful piece of work. It's something that I enjoy. Like it brings me happiness because it's just like outrageous. And I think that's like still good. Like it's not a bad thing, but I mean, what I found most interesting about this album was that it kind of just felt like I was listening in. I was like eavesdropping on a conversation I just like wasn't really supposed to hear. Like he just drops so many names. He's like, I love my family. I feel like Adrian. Like, who's Adrian?
Well, no, in that there's kind of a boomer reference in that song where he talks about how his life is a Rocky cut scene. So like from the film Rocky. Oh. So like, it's a really weird reference. Like, I don't know why you would say your family is your girlfriend in the Rocky movie. It's a really weird fucking reference. And I'm not gonna, and I had the same reaction at first as well when I was like, who's Adrian? Then when I was listening to it, I was like, wait, it's a Rocky reference, but he's Rocky and fighting in the ring and his whole family is Rocky's significant other. Like it's a really weird reference to make on the record.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
but that's not the only one though.
No,
Like in
there
Love
are.
You Haters specifically, like he talks about Max and Will and Joe. Like who's Joe?
Yeah.
He says he called Joe Ang. Who's Joe Ang?
Yeah.
Like I don't know these people.
Yeah. I mean, look, I mean,
That was funny.
there are lots of rappers that may reference like close friends that a lot of people may not know or whatever. But yeah, there are some points where he was referencing as well, like superstar celebrities, as if like, what, do you know these people? Like, are you connected with them or something? Like he really does have like sort of an illusion of grandeur a little bit. And I don't know, like I hear you on the it's so bad it becomes kind of good thing. I mean, that's definitely like the point of what enjoyment I get out of it, the point of enjoyment for me. But simultaneously, I feel like even that runs a little thin for me because I feel like I'm kind of hearing the same song over and over and over and over and over. And, and that's not to say that all the songs sound exactly the same because the instrumentals vary a little bit, even though a lot of them have kind of the same aesthetic and timbre. They vary a little bit. There's even like one track that the song Fight had kind of a drill beat on it, believe it or not. He's a freaking J-Pro on a drill beat. There are some choruses that stand out. All the instrumentals aren't exactly the same. But I feel like with every single track, topically, he kind of goes into it with the same ethos and the same rap style for the most part as well. Like he has the same vocal delivery, the same auto-tune, and he doesn't come off as like the most impassioned guy on the mic. In fact, I would say he kind of sounds like AI or something. He sounds like, some sort of like synthetic vocal program that somebody like punched lyrics into and they're like, okay, here it is, and they're setting it to a beat or whatever. So he almost doesn't sound entirely human on the mic, in my opinion. Yes, a little bit like Nav. There is almost like a Nav type quality, but maybe even more so. I think he sounds even more robotic than Nav does to a degree. So there is that. And on top of that, the other thing that feels very samey about the J-Pro record is that he approaches every song with nearly the same philosophy. And it's like this go get 'em, motivational, prosperity, hustle culture kind of thing. I'm making investments. I'm investing in myself. I'm eating healthy. I'm waking up in the morning. My parents see me grinding. And that's like literally the message of every single song, which like, you could find dudes on Twitter and on social media who have like millions of followers who their whole shtick is like, you're not, if you're not sleeping, if you're sleeping longer than 8 hours, if you're sleeping 3 hours, if you're sleeping longer than 3 hours a day, you're not going to make any money. It's like, and stuff like that. And he gives off very much that vibe, he's giving off very much like an inspirational speaker, type of vibe in a way, a motivational speaker type of vibe. And, I feel like when I'm listening to this, I'm hearing like the musical equivalent to NoFap threads on Reddit, just like all these guys being like, oh yeah, since I stopped fapping, I'm eating breakfast now, and I can read better, and I'm watching documentaries, and I'm investing, on Robinhood, so, and I wonder if the guy relaxes or ever, gives himself a break a little bit, because it seems maybe a little bit too rigorous at points.
Yes. He jumps out of bed.
He jumps out of bed
every morning. Like I don't think I can do that.
Right.
So I respect the hustle, I guess.
Yeah, no, the whole record is just like about hustle culture and just like grinding and his grind and his success. And it feels like he's, maybe pushing himself a little bit too hard or, if you don't want to, hear that message kind of shoved down your throat, you might not be into this record. And it is kind of funny what you say about that interview where he feels like he's giving people hope. I feel like personally, if all you have to hope for in this world is like, yeah, I'm going to get up in the morning and make good investments. Like, I don't know. It's kind of an uninspired and very boring way to wake up. I mean, look, if you get off on that, that's, all good. I mean, that's good for you. But like, I don't know. To me, that seems soul sucking to kind of just like turn your entire life into like, yes, I need to be a machine, a success machine. And, you know, while I appreciate the guy's positivity and I'm glad that he thinks he's, you know, being positive, you know, in another breath, there is kind of like, you know, a cog in a machine kind of type quality that I feel like he's kind of feeding his fans inadvertently with some of the narratives here. I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny because like he really talks about grinding a lot, but he does really emphasize like those likes won't get you love.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, the social
like,
media trap.
genuine human connection and like stuff like that. So it's,
he does seem to
know,
genuinely love his family and everything, and you know, his day ones, as it were.
His day ones.
His day ones.
Yes, they're like Adrian.
They're like Adrian. His Rocky cut scene started in in 2016, and his family, they're like Adrian to him. They're cheering for him outside of the ring, seeing him get a little beat up, but he's still rising and grinding and jumping out of bed.
Oh yeah, he gets so specific.
Yeah.
Too, like aside from the names, like on No Regrets, my album didn't pop. I wrote the lesson on a Delta plane, like not just any plane, not just anywhere, not just a Delta plane.
Because Delta's a flex, man. Delta's not a private jet. JPRO is flying economy. He's saving money. He's not wasting cash on first class. He's on a Delta plane.
Oh yeah, which is a flex. Delta's nice. He's not on any United Airlines or anything.
Yeah, who is it? Delta that has the extra legroom? Is it? Did they have the extra legroom?
Oh yeah.
No, you
can upgrade and everything.
He's you know, I do appreciate that part of the record though, where he does seem to get like very specific about some things. Again, like especially in regards to him getting ripped off, and I guess in a way, even though it is like a little cringy, most rappers or artists probably wouldn't admit a porn addiction at any point. So, you know, he's definitely been like very forthright with that.
Let alone like so directly and like in almost every song.
Yeah.
It feels like, so it's nice that he's, you know, willing to be so transparent.
Yeah. There's no filter on this record in a lot of spots.
No filter.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess like, you know, while his, message is a little one-dimensional, it's fine. I guess going forward, as JPRO continues to drop music, which I assume he will, because he's seeing so much, you know, momentum with this project over here, especially on TikTok. I hope, you know, we hear some vocals from him that come off a bit more impassioned and kind of, you know, transcend the roboticness and then the stiffness we've been hearing on the mic a little bit thus far. Because if he can do that, I think it would kind of improve things by leaps and bounds.
Yeah, I think he should just listen to more music in general.
Yeah, maybe.
I think he should probably learn what he's talking about a little bit more.
Yeah, you know, as you kind of referenced that you know, interview comment that he made did seem a little ignorant, and you know, I think maybe he should, if he hasn't already, come to realize that you know, some of the negative stuff that he may be seeing and, you know, hearing about in some of the hip hop that he's you know, been exposed to, maybe people just kind of like rapping about and making music about their experiences, you know, their own experiences. And some people's experiences are more negative and traumatic than others. You know, not everybody, you know, grows up living that sweet JPRO life where, you know, they have the ability to lose $20K to somebody illegally, or, you know, throw thousands of dollars into an app that doesn't go anywhere. You know, so some people have it a lot harder.
Yeah. He goes from having 30,000 debt to 50,000 debt in a matter of like 3 songs. Not everyone can do that. It's incredible.
Yeah. Well, listen, I hope this record does some streams so he could pay that debt off, you know, and
yes.
And live debt-free going on from here.
Mm-hmm. I will say, I feel like talking about debt like so blatantly is such a, people don't do that. Oh, I haven't heard too many albums that are about personal debt.
Not enough debt bars.
Not enough debt bars.
Not enough debt bars. It is
yes.
true. I mean, you know, Jay-Z being more business-minded, you know, you do hear like some numbers here and there, But maybe JPRO going forward with that entrepreneurial edge can, really spit like some financial heat, going into the future,
Yes, absolutely. I'm very curious to see what he'll come out with next.
Hopefully some bars about his retirement account. Fingers crossed.
Yes. I want to hear about the 401k.
I want to hear about the 401k. I want to hear if he has anything invested in crypto. Honestly, is like what I want to know. What coins are you investing in, JPRO? That's what we want to know.
Maybe he'll start his own coin, Pro Coin.
Yeah, JPRO coin.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Mm-hmm. I think we can leave it there. Personally, I'm not crazy about the project. It is kind of fun to hear something so weird and off the beaten path, and he does have his own vibe. I'll give him that, but I think he needs to overcome this stiffness on the mic. Dev, any notes, or are you like anticipating the next round of JPRO songs anytime soon?
I'm definitely anticipating them. I mean, yeah, my overall note is I think he should, I think when he writes lyrics, he should wait until he has a beat so that he can fit them to the beat. Uh-huh. Instead of like writing them, getting a beat, and then being like, okay, I need to fit these here.
Right.
Because I feel like I get that vibe a lot.
Yeah. Now that you say it, it does kind of feel like he, doesn't so much react to the instrumental as much as he goes into it already knowing what he has to say. And then he's just kind of like puzzle piecing it into it, because he kind of has a similar flow on every single song that he seems used to delivering with, no matter what the beat is. And, that does become kind of limiting.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to see him experiment. I'm excited to see him. Maybe he'll try hyperpop. Who knows?
Maybe we can get a JPRO hyperpop. All right.
There's some hyperpop remixes of him. They're pretty fire.
All right, guys. If you've listened to the JPRO project, leave your comments down in the comments on YouTube, and over here next to my head is another video that you could check out. Once again, this has been a review of the new JPRO album, Pressure Makes Diamonds. Our guest has been Dev Lemons, whose social media and everything we will also link to down below, so you can check that out. Thank you very much for coming through, Dev, and thank you everyone for watching. Anthony Fantano, JPRO, forever.